Hello everyone, it's me, Blader Dragon Sonic, back again for the last round of Season 8 of the Formula E Monoposto Championship in Paris. So let's head over for that Paris Prix in round 20. And look who it is on pole for the front two rows. It's Yusuf and then Marcus Nelson, then Milestone, Iron Badness, and El Carlos. Catfish and then Blader Dragon Sonic in his final start in the championship, then Cable, Wavo, Mechanovic, Batuco, Aldridge, Daf Sanchez, Gallagher, Mahandawawi, Medicis, Alan Lee, Sierra, Debris, Polarock, his teammate Gamercat, and in last place, it's not Lewis Hamilton. Well, for round 20 in Season 8, we have a Mahindra 1-2, Blader Dragon Sonic making his final start as all 5 flights go on. And for the last time in Season 8, we go green, and that's a pretty even start from the front two on board with Gallagher there. Looking at Blader Dragon Sonic, he's moved up into 6th place, being out by Catfish as we now come into the first chicane there. And that is a very good start from the top two, that's for sure. Blader Dragon Sonic, however, stuck in 7th place, not being able to progress any further because the Jag was ahead of him, fighting very hard, and Cable's alongside him, and he's taken 7th away from him. Marcus Nelson's taking the lead of the E3. The midfield's having a right old fight for positions. It's a good old scrap, 4 race positions, that's for sure. But out in front, Mahindra's still holding on to that 1-2. Meanwhile, we are on board with Blader Dragon Sonic, his helmet's saying bye on it. His last race, and he's decided to go with an edited version of his first real helmet after his championship win in Season 1. Down in 8th years, he's trying to find his way through on the British driver of Cable, who could take his seat at the... It all comes down to the end of this race, actually. 6 points between Babness and Cable as we go on to lap 2. Whoever finishes ahead, and by that I mean whoever can swing that 6-point advantage in their favour, will take that seat at Nissan Edams. Meanwhile, we look at Sanchez. He's about to send it on Medicis. An amazing overtake from him that sees him get up into that position. El Carlos, however, trying to get past down. This one of the hard times. We didn't see the rest of that exchange as we're on board with the number 13. While we've been given a track limits warning, just a warning so far. Blader Dragon Sonic, however, he's still stuck in 11th. Cable sending it up into 6th. Can he take 5th? We're on board with Blader Dragon Sonic. He's watching all of this from behind. Cable still struggling to try and get past El Carlos. He seems to have done it now. We come into the penultimate turn, the chicane that rounds up this track in Paris, and Cable still hasn't gotten past Blader Dragon Sonic. However, he's going to have DRS on this main straight. Fastest lap of the E3 going to Yusuf. It's a 105.316, and that is most definitely Cable up into 5th place there. Blader Dragon Sonic back up into 7th. He is. Cable, however, being the greatest gainer, up 3 places from 8th to 5th. Now Blader Dragon Sonic up into 6th position. Now got past El Carlos, on board with Batuco. Best of the rest so far because Mechanovic and Ravo stuck in 12th and 13th. They're going to be scoring no points. Stone's been cleared by Cable. He's now been cleared by Blader Dragon Sonic. Whilst the second sector given to Cable is a 15.3. These lap times are coming in thick and fast. It's a 50% race here. And this voiceover is being put in after editing, so it's going to be hard. It's now, in this point of the video, in this point of the race, where I have to ask you to subscribe. I'm just that desperate. Fastest lap of the E3 going to Cable to 104.783. Very nice lap time by him, but he's being caught by the number 14 of Blader Dragon Sonic. This is going to be very close as we enter now the second sector. Yusuf setting the fastest first sector of anybody. He's on the back of his own teammate. That was a send on El Carlos. No, that was El Carlos sending it on milestone. Then the number 95 has been given a little setback down at 7th, and we're going to get a restart replay here. Let's go out there, and yeah, just look like Yusuf got a better getaway in my opinion. Catfish on board, it's just a bit hectic for everyone coming through the first chicane, because you're always just trying to get into those positions as quick as possible. But as you can see, it wasn't a great getaway for the two Nissans. Getting back onto the main feed now, Blade Dragon Sonic on the back of UK Ball, he's just taking a look at the back of the Envision of Iron Abaminus. This is going to be a very impactful overtake if he can make it. He's on the inside, but he's just not close enough to make the move. He's left himself open for Blade Dragon Sonic. They go side by side through the second sector, but we're going through now on board with the number 89. This is going to be very tight, coming into the heavy braking zone. Blade Dragon Sonic has the inside line, and that is 4th place, but it's going to switch back to the outside for Blade Dragon Sonic. This is so close. It's genuinely brilliant. They stay side by side, coming into the final chicane, and that is Blade Dragon Sonic up into 4th, closing the door. Superb racing from the two of them, as we now go into lap 6 of 29. Oh god, there are 29 laps. We stay on board with the number 44, closing in on the 6 of Iron Abaminus. This could be a very clean overtake as well. Yusuf on the back of Marcus Nelson. This could be a pretty nice battle for the lead between teammates. Blade Dragon Sonic, however, sends it down the inside. A heroic send down the inside in his final race in the championship. That's up into the podium. And it's not as if there was too much doubt that he could get position there. He set the fastest second sector along with it. Yusuf sending it down the inside with DRS as we come into the 4th to last turn. And now Marcus Nelson still fighting with him. Blade Dragon Sonic has the inside through the chicane, almost coming to collide. But Yusuf still managing to keep second place there, side by side on the straight, coming into the chicane, and that is 1st place for Yusuf, the man from Canada here in France, takes the lead of the Parisian Prix, and down the inside goes Blade Dragon Sonic. An amazing attempt at a turn. He's still got the line is meanwhile behind them. As you can see, that is the HWA car of UK Ball, who's got himself up into 3rd place. He's past Marcus Nelson. If it finishes like this, then UK Ball's going to be ahead of Iron Abaminus, and he's going to be in prime championship contention for next season. You're looking at Yusuf now. He's still leading Blade Dragon Sonic and UK Ball. Lap 8 of 29 here. It's just a little bit of a train here in Paris, and this track layout does seem to give that out a lot. The two trolleys are very far off the back of the pack, and Nautilus Hamilton's going quite slowly. It's there. Puncture for him. it's possible because he's been caught. And down the inside at the chicane, so close to contact there as Marcus Nelson goes into the pits. Bladed Dragon Sonic has just robbed the lead off of Yusuf. That's almost definitely a tire performance advantage that he's gotten there. It's just Nissan and HWA Race Lab in these 9 laps have done an amazing job to get themselves up into the podium positions. UK Ball now side by side with Yusuf, and that is second place for the British driver. Amazing overtake for him as well. What, however, has caused Nissan and HWA Race Lab to have an amazing race setup? I'm just somewhat confused. Is it tire performance that they're gaining with less wear? Because they've gone significantly quicker than the guys behind them throughout these past few laps. We go into lap 10 of 29 with 19 laps to go. It's been a very exciting race so far. I've loved commentating on this. It's genuinely mind-blowing stuff that we're seeing. How many Wowies entered the pits on this lap? Seatta's in as well. And they should be going into the medium compound of tyres. Yes, they are. No one ever pits onto hard, so just kind of start on them. Nautilus Houghton also into the pits. Doesn't seem to have been a puncture for him. We're on board with the 44. It is the last big showing. The last race of his career as far as he knows, as far as we know. This is it. Round 20 in Paris, and he's leading. He started down in 7th place, but he's shown why he's gotten 7 world titles already. Because last time out, even though he's hit by this man, El Carlos, who's coming to the pits, while he was going with a puncture, Bladed Dragon Sonic still took the World Drivers' Championship. Sanchez is in, Medicis is in. Is anyone else coming into the pits? I can't really tell. But we are approaching a half-race distance, and so many drivers have already come to the pits. These tires will not last half of the race, so it's going to be a 2-stop strategy, unless you're a mechanic, in which case a 1-stop should do fine. That is unless we get any weather issues, in which case more pit stops would be necessary for some drivers. It does look quite a bit overcast though. Alan Lee's over a minute behind the rest of the pack now. As into the pits comes UK Ball. You just saw the HWA swerve into the pits there. He's in. Hopefully we can see him get his tyres changed. Yes, he's gone onto the mediums. And he's done it before Bladed Dragon Sonic. This is an undercut strategy for the HWA driver. Hopefully this pays off for him. Probably will, because look at how shredded the 44's tyres are. They are not going any further. It's going to have to come into the pits at the end of this lap. It's all 5 seconds on Yusuf already. That's unbelievable. El Carlos down in 13th. However, that was the guy who's been fighting for the title for most of the season. Dave races into the pits. And that's probably going to be mediums. Ravo's been given a second track limits violation warning as he's about to go side by side with Mechanovic, his replacement at HWA Race Lab. And we just go on board with Yusuf. I'm keeping an eye on the timing there as well, because there's always a good chance that he does get past. He probably will get past, but we're not seeing that. As has he come in? Yes, Bladed Dragon Sonic has entered the pit lane. So Yusuf starts lap 13 of 29. Bladed Dragon Sonic is in. And he goes onto the medium compound of tyres, which should go a long way. We're on board with UK Ball to see, has he undercut him well enough. Gallagher is in as well. Up ahead of him, however, that is Bladed Dragon Sonic. And he's done the overcut to stay ahead. Pacifica's gone past Ravo, actually. Ravo doesn't seem to be dropping off that much, so it doesn't seem to be a puncture or anything. He's just been overtaken by the Apt Audi. We've been on board with Iron Bamness for a while. Oh, now UK Ball sitting the fastest first section of anyone. About 22 seconds left. He's just been leading this race on some very short tires while the people around him have come into the pits already. Up ahead, that seems to be someone who's had an issue as Mechanovic gets past Potato. Blade Dragon Sonic with a track limits warning. And it's all kicking off from third behind. Now, Iron Bamness does seem to be in the pits now. Miles Stone fighting with Mechanovic over third place. Stone, one of only two drivers in this race to start on the hards. Blade Dragon Sonic, however, he's got the freshest tyres of them all. Catfish is into the pits on this lap. It's all so close between everyone. UK Ball's gone ahead. We're watching Catfish go onto the soft compound of tyres. Bamness has stayed out, and he's got a 5-second lead compared to Mechanovic. Catfish is going to come out around 12th place. He's 10th, actually. Aldridge is in. We look at Blade Dragon Sonic again, and he's side by side with Mechanovic. He's forced him quite wide there, giving him barely any room to breathe. And that's second place for the Nissan driver. Meanwhile, behind him, Mechanovic's now going to do some defense against Miles Stone and his own teammate. Which means hopefully he should be providing aid to the other HWA driver in number 89, Alan Lee, with a track limits warning. We are at halfway distance, just about. We have been for the past lap. So as we go into lap 16 with Iron Bamness, Gamercat enters the pits. The hard tires can do half race distance. That is what we have now found out. Mechanovic is in, Batuko is in, so now UK Ball is a whole 3 seconds off the back of Blade Dragon Sonic, and he's got the other Nissan pestering him behind. That is a very slow moving Iron Bamness. He's most definitely struggling with tyre wear. 2 seconds since Blade Dragon Sonic is getting on him by, and he keeps closing that gap. It's like a heat-seeking missile. That's 1.2 seconds now. 1.997. He's in DRS range now with Blade Dragon Sonic. This is so close to cul-de-sacs, actually. He was staying on board with the Envision driver. 36% tyre wear. There he is. There's the number 44 on the back of the 6. These two have had a few battles in the past few seasons, so it's gotta be pretty sad to know that we'll never see a fight like this again. Blade Dragon Sonic takes the lead as Bamness enters the pit lane on lap 16, now lap 17 of 29. So Milestone has actually come into the pits with his hard tyres, lasting 18 laps. That's actually very good. So you see that the hard tyres go that long. Sierra, however, has been given a second track limits warning. And yeah, the top two have really just broken away from the rest of the pack. Later Dragon Sonic 4 seconds ahead of UK Roll, a further 10 ahead of the two Mahindras of Yusuf and Nelson. However, this is looking to be a two-stop race, with these guys will still probably trip over each other. We've got 10 laps to go. We should have 10 laps to go as soon as Blade of Dragon Sonic crosses the line. Still looks very overcast here in Paris. The number 89, not really gaining on the man ahead, having it go on board with El Carlos, however, and he's about to send it on Marcus Simpson with DRS enabled. That is 4th place for the Spaniard. Very nice overtake for him. Oh yeah, you can also notice in the bottom left, I've added my own watermark because I don't like the Monoposto TV watermark at all. Alan Lee has just been given a third track limits warning. Yusuf just blocks off one of the DST cheaters there. I believe that is not Lewis Hamilton, which probably should be. Blade of Dragon Sonic, however, still leading the way. Still showing everyone how it's done. We haven't really had that many retirements in this season compared to others. I mean, if you ignore Mexico, then we really haven't. But then at the same time, Monaco was genuinely an amazing race. We've got 9 laps to go now. Blade of Dragon Sonic has just started lap 20 of 29. And yeah, the sky looks quite a bit drier now. Looks a lot less cloudy, rather. This is the longest race in the Formula E Monoposto Championship, which in a lot of videos now referring to it, you're going to see it shortened to FEMC, as Gallagher's just lapped Polar, I believe. Stone behind him doing the exact same. Got 7 to go now then. We're looking at UK ball coming through the second sector. As into the pits has come Dash Sanchez, the first driver to make his second pit stop, I believe. Goes onto the softs, debris with a track limits warning, and you can see why. 3-way fight for a non-important position. Meanwhile, Bloody Dragon Sonic behind them. And he's just trying to lap these guys. He's Seattle, Alan Lee, and Debris. That's 17th, 18th, and 19th all being lapped here, as you can see. And we're getting quite a bit closer to the end of the E3. 62% tire wear for Bloody Dragon Sonic on the mediums. With 6 to go, will he make another pit stop? There's a chance that he does, there's a chance that he doesn't. But with his partner in crime behind him, there's not so much that he can do. Nelson's into the pits for a second time. He's going to probably go into the soft tires. Alan Lee's been given a time penalty for track limits. That's the first time penalty in the E3. It's a track limits violation warnings. That's the rarest penalty you ever see. Well, that and corner cutting, but you don't really see corner cutting that much. On board with Gallagher. In 11th place for Faraday Future Dragon Racing. Very quick team, this. Odysseus is coming to the pits, and UK Ball is in as well. With 5 laps to go, he's jumped the gun, and he's going to go into the soft compound of tyres for a second stop. Same compound he started the E3 on. On board with Blade Dragon Sonic, we were now looking at where UK Ball could come out. It looks to be around his teammate. He's definitely going to be around the envision, and there he is. He's just come out behind Iron Bacchus there. Very close to contact indeed. Fastest first sector for UK Ball then. Lewis Hamilton, another driver to come into the pits and make a second stop. Nawabi's also in. Sierra, the third track limits warning, is into the pits. Comes Blade Dragon Sonic. Lap 25 of 29 is when he decided to come in. El Carlos with a second track limits violation warning. Blade Dragon Sonic going into the softs. Behind him, that is Alan Lee, who has just decided to come in. That's also going to be softs for him. Catfish on the back of Yusuf, who is yet to make his second stop. He's a second behind Blade Dragon Sonic. He's just come out ahead of him. Has Blade Dragon Sonic in comparison to UK Ball. He's come out behind Catfish and Yusuf. Medicis with a second track limits violation warning. With 3 laps to go, things could be heating up a little bit. Which is pretty odd because it's the 20th race in the season. In the first season finale in 2024. How did I just say 2023? But anyway, Catfish is gaining on Yusuf, but he's been sent by Blade Dragon Sonic! And how close was that? He's got a track limits warning, he's doing the switchback! That's second for Blade Dragon Sonic, coming through 10! And third to last, that's first! Oh my goodness! That was an amazing overtake. Cable's been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision with Catfish, who has now come into the pits. And that is definitely going to be impacting his race. Yeah, as well as Catfish, Fabulous, Mechanovic, Debris, they're all into the pits for new tyres. That's softs with Badness. Medicis with a third track limits warning, Nothing new at this point with 2 laps to go, and it's looking quite a lot more overcast. UK Ball getting past Yusuf there. Gallagher is into the pits on lap 27 of 29 for his second stop. He's behind Sanchez now. And I wonder if this is a weather change. Sierra's been given a track limits penalty as well. Marcus Nelson with the fastest first sector of anyone. Where are those raindrops coming onto the camera? I can't really tell. With 2 to go, Medicis, Noir and Gamercat all into the pits. No, Lewis Hamilton's in as well. UK Ball and Bloody Dragon Sonic are both in, but it started raining with 2 laps to go on lap 28. It's raining. It's raining in Paris. Nothing new, but still impactful, because it's literally basically the end of the Prix. Yusuf has come in now, he's changing his tyres, and he's just benefited from this immensely. He's up into third, probably pitting for the second time in the wet. Matuko's in as well, Nelson's in. My goodness me, this is a lot of drivers coming in, and it's expected because, well, it's raining, you don't want to be on dry tyres on a wet track. Gallagher came into the pits to change onto softs at literally the worst time possible. So in here comes then UK Ball, however, with a lap and a half to go. As long as it finishes like this, he is going to leapfrog his teammate and the Iron Badness in the Drivers' Championship. And that will mean that he does indeed take the seat at Nissan. Anyway, we go on board with Yusuf then. And as we're about to start the final lap of Season 8, Bladed Dragon Sonic in his final laps of his career, he's been leading the entire way through wet and dry. He's been the man to beat with UK Ball behind him. And wow, look at that from El Carlos lapping Alan Lee with such style in that moment. But we look at Bladed Dragon Sonic now, comes into the second sector, and he actually sets the fastest first sector. Actually, the fastest lap of the Prix currently held by UK Ball. He's definitely trying to take that away from him. And yeah, an amazing race from the Nissan driver in his final hurrah. As you can see on the front nose, 7 stripes for his 7 titles. As he now comes into the 4th to last turn for the final time in his career through the final chicane as Catfish gets a track limits warning. Bladed Dragon Sonic will win his final race here in Paris and will set a new fastest lap of the E3, a 104.450. UK Ball is going to come across the line in second, but Yusuf will take that because of his 5-second time penalty. Stone should be 4th, then it's Marcus Nelson, Batuco, or El Carlos. Gallagher, however, getting a track limits warning. That's his second one. As you can see, Batuco now coming across the line in 6th, El Carlos 7th, but with a 5-second time penalty. Rovo is 8th, Catfish 9th, Mechanovic 10th, Aldridge 11th, Sanchez 12th, Babness 13th, Gallagher 14th, Medicis 15th, Nawawi 16th, Alan Lee 17th, Debris 18th, Sierra 19th, Gamercat 20th, Nolas Hamilton 21st, and Polarock in last. You can see Gallagher coming across the line. And this is your podium then. For the final time in his career, Blade Dragon Sonic stands on the podium and he stands on the top step. Alongside him is the Canadian Yusuf from Mahindra Racing. And then in third place, it is UK Ball. Now, as for the rest of the order, Miles still in fourth, and it's Marcus Nelson, Batuco, Raver, El Carlos, Catfish, and Mechanovic for your top 10 as the rest of the positions have been shown. In the World Drivers' Championship, here it is, Blade Dragon Sonic, the world champion from the two Jaguars, tied on points, and then his teammate, then UK Ball in fifth, just about clinching that at the end. And as you can see, the rest of the drivers. Then in the World Constructors' Championship, it's Spark Nissan who leads and has led the way, taking the World CC for the sixth time. Then it's Jaguar, HAA, Race Lab, Envision, and Mahindra. We will see you next time for Season 9.